Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So today, we are looking at an absolutely massive, completely life-changing opportunity. I mean, if you've ever even slightly dreamed of studying abroad, you're going to want to pay super close attention to this one. We are walking step by step through the 2027 intake application for the University of Auckland over in New Zealand. We're going straight to the source material today, completely breaking down the actual application portal so that by the time we wrap up here, you'll know exactly how to navigate this whole process with total confidence. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this because the highlights here are truly incredible. The University of Auckland is currently offering fully funded scholarships across all levels of higher education. So whether you're looking to kick off your bachelor's, advance with a master's, or even dive straight into a PhD, this opportunity is absolutely open for you. But here is the real game changer. There is no IELTS requirement to apply. That means you can move forward right now without having to stress over that English proficiency test. Oh, and it gets better. There is zero application fee. Applying is literally completely free. So here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover the 2027 scholarship highlights, starting your application profile, entering your academic history, selecting your program, and finally, your document upload. Easy enough, right? Let's get to it. All right, Section 1, starting your application profile. Starting your journey is actually remarkably straightforward. First things first, you'll just navigate to the main scholarship and funding website and simply click that Apply Now button. Once you do that, the system is going to ask you to register and provide some really basic personal details. For example, during the demonstration in our source material, the applicant selected Pakistan as their country and popped in their specific area code to kickstart the application. You'll just input your own local details here to get the system totally customized for your location. Now, once you're officially registered and your application starts, the portal's going to ask you a quick series of questions. The first major one you'll face is, have you previously studied at a tertiary level in New Zealand? You really just need to answer honestly here with a yes or a no. And right after that, it'll ask for your preferred language. Definitely make sure to select English as your first language here, and then you're ready to hit next. Moving right along to Section 2, Academic History and Qualifications. Okay, so the portal is now going to ask you to add all your secondary and high school qualifications. And yes, that includes anything you're currently working on. First up, you'll select the country where you studied and then search for your specific school. Now, don't panic if your school doesn't immediately pop up in the search. You can just skip the search function and type it in manually. Then you'll enter the name of your qualification. You also need to state the status, whether the degree is complete or still in progress, and finally provide your year of completion. I know it's a bit of data entry, but keep your energy high here. Every single box you fill out is getting you one step closer to New Zealand. All right, please pay super close attention to this next part because this is a crucial pro tip pulled directly from the application walkthrough. The applicant in our source noted that they kept getting this super frustrating recurring error when trying to proceed to the next page. The application just kept failing. And why? Because they were forgetting to click the little Done button after adding their academic information. So definitely remember this. Once you input your academic details, you absolutely must hit that Done option. Only then will the portal actually let your application proceed to the next step. Which brings us to the really fun part, Section 3, Program Selection and Details. And this brilliantly illustrates just how intuitive the portal's search function actually is. The steps are beautifully simple. Step 1, you select your level. So whether you're aiming for a bachelor's, master's, or PhD. Step 2, you search for your program. In our source example, the applicant was seeing options like clinical exercise physiology and communication, but they ultimately went with a master's in engineering. Once you select your dream program, step 3 is simply to pick your starting time. For this upcoming intake, you'll definitely want to select semester 1, 2027. Once that's all locked in, you just hit Done. Right after you select your program and location, the portal throws another very specific question your way. Have you been awarded a scholarship or other funding that will pay your university fees? Now, the source material specifically instructs applicants to select yes here. You want to make absolutely sure you're properly indicating your intent to utilize their funding, so go ahead and select yes. Click Next and keep moving forward. We are in the home stretch now. Section 4, Document Upload and Submission. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how incredibly simple the required documents are compared to your typical, highly stressful study abroad application. I mean, you literally only need to upload your CV or resume and your academic transcripts. That is the whole shebang. For a master's application, the university is primarily just asking for that CV and your previous academic documents. What's noticeably absent here? Well, you do not need an IELTS score and you do not need to pay an application fee. It just completely removes so many of those traditional, frustrating barriers to entry. So once your documents are uploaded, you'll reach the review stage and a final declaration form. You'll need to agree to the terms, and then you're faced with a choice right at the bottom of the screen. You'll see buttons for Save and Exit and Submit Application. I really want to warn you about a ridiculously common mistake here. If you just click Save and Exit, your application is exactly that. It's saved, but it is totally unsubmitted. The portal will literally tell you you have not submitted this application. To actually finish the process and send your profile off to the university, you must actively click that final Submit button. Please do not do all this hard work only to leave your future sitting in a drafts folder. So what actually happens after you hit that all-important Submit button? Well, here's your timeline so you know exactly what to expect post-submission. First, your application is officially submitted. Second, it enters the processing phase, which is where the university reviews your supporting details. And finally, step 3 is the application outcome. This is the exciting part where you'll find out your results, including exactly how much of a scholarship award you're receiving and what further procedures you might need to follow to accept it. All of these details will become available to you right there in the portal after you submit. And there you have it. We've walked through the entire portal step by step. You've seen exactly what screens are going to pop up, what buttons to click, and what documents you need to have ready. There's no fee, and there is no English test barrier holding you back right now. So I just have one final question for you. Will you take 10 minutes today to change your future for 2027? Seriously, don't wait on this. Use the structure we just covered, pull up the University of Auckland portal, and start your application right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and absolute best of luck with your journey.